If anywhere, this has to be it. She will not be unprepared.
What was that?
Let me be blunt with you. After all this time, my tolerance for social graces is fairly limited. That doesn't bother you, I hope.
Well, shave my back and call me an elf. Bronca, by the stone! I barely recognized you.
Oghren. It figures you'd eventually find your way here. Hopefully you can find your way back more easily. And how shall I address you? Hired sword of the latest lordling to come looking for me? Or just the only one who didn't mind Oghren's ale breath?
Be respectful, woman. You're talking to a Grey Warden.
Ah, so an important errand boy, then. I suppose something serious has happened. Is Endron dead? That seems most likely. He was on the old and wheezy side. You are seeking my support? You wish to succeed Endron and become king yourself? I don't care if the Assembly puts a drunken monkey on the throne. Because our protector, our great invention, the thing that once made our armies the envy of the world, is lost to the very darkspawn it should be fighting. The Anvil of the Void. The means by which the ancients forged their army of golems and held off the first archdemon ever to rise. It's here, so close I can taste it. The anvil lies on the other side of a gauntlet of traps designed by Caridin himself. My people and I have given body and soul to unlocking its secrets. This is what's important. This has lasting meaning. If I succeed, the Dwarven people benefit. Kings, politics, all that is transitory. I've given up everything and would sacrifice anything to get the Anvil of the Void. Enough questions. If you wish me to get involved with this imbecilic election, I must first have the Anvil. There's only one way out, Warden. Forward. Through Caridin's maze, and out to where the Anvil waits.
What has this place done to you? I remember marrying a girl you could talk to for 1 minute and see her brilliance.
I am your paragon. I needed people to test Caridin's traps. There's no way to break through except by trial and error. I sent them in. They were all mine, pledged to be my house, and they didn't want to help. They tried to leave me, even my Hespith. But even she couldn't understand that when you reach for greatness, there are sacrifices, as many sacrifices as are needed. She swore she'd do whatever it took to find the Anvil. There was no other choice. Most of them were dying of the taint already. But some Some of the women were transforming. I knew what they would become. There would be an endless supply, fresh, dark spawn to test the traps. They could still serve me. Let me find the anvil. It was the only way.
So simple. See. Take it.
Begging to die. They had pledged me their loyalty. They had no right to fight me. They say your order is renowned for its wits as well as its brawn. Perhaps you'll do better than my poor clansmen. There's something about this place. It makes people despair.
All right. I sense some dark smoke.
Yes?
Haha. All right.
You will learn to fear me.
Yes. Going. Going. The shadows. Yes. Yes. Going. Don't look now. Crap. So simple to see, really. Let's wipe them out quickly.
That's finished. I shall do it. Tis too easy.
The shadow's with me. Here I am. Time to play.
Mudhopper!
Grey Water!
Have a battle.
Yes.
right there.
Are you joking? Surely you're joking.
It's your time to die!
As you wish.
That's it.
Moving on.
Wipe them out!
Saving the day. Attack.
Run while you can!
Where do I go?
Is that the best?
And I'm on. And done.
Yes?
Hold on.
Wipe them out!
Yes.
Right there.
Done. On it.
It's your time to I cannot be defeated.
My name is Karadin. Once, longer ago than I care to think, I was a paragon to the dwarves of Orzammar. If you seek the anvil, then you must care about my story, or be doomed to relive it. Though I made many things in my time, I rose to fame and earned my status based on a single item, the Anvil of the Void. It allowed me to forge a man of steel or stone, as flexible and clever as any soldier. As an army, they were invincible, but I told no one the cost. No mere smith, however skilled, has the power to create life. To make my golems live, I had to take their lives from elsewhere. The Darkspawn were pressing in. Originally, I only took volunteers, the bravest of souls, willing to trade their very lives for the chance to defend their homeland. But King Valtor became greedy. He began to force men, casteless and criminals, his political enemies. All of them were to be given to the Anvil. It took feeling the hammer's blow myself to realize the height of my crimes. Not revenge. The blow of the hammer opened my eyes. My apprentices knew enough to make me as I am, but not enough to fashion a control rod. I retained my mind. We have remained entombed here ever since, and I have sought a way to destroy the Anvil. Alas, I cannot do it myself. No golem can touch it.
No! The anvil is mine! No one will take it from me!
You, please, help me destroy the Anvil. Do not let it enslave more souls than it already has. How would you feel to know you've been torn from all the spirits that had come before you, that you would never rest with the ancestors?
Why are you listening? We had an agreement. I'm the one you came here to find, not him.
Branka, you mad, bleeding nugtail! Does this thing mean so much to you that you can't even see what you've lost to get it?
Look around. Is this what our empire should look like? A crumbling tunnel filled with darkspawn spume? The anvil will let us take back our glory!
Have you no desire to discover this anvil's potential? It is a marvel, a tool of creation. You could rival the Maker himself with this instrument. If you destroy the anvil, I swear you will regret it. You would not dare. I would rather not find out. Fine. Destroy it if it pleases you.
Thank you, stranger. Your compassion shames me.
Bah! You're not the only master smith here, Karadin. Golems, obey me! Attack!
A control rod! But, my friend, you must help me! I cannot stop her alone!
And for more practice. think we work well together. Hey, watch it!
It overcomes me.
Quiet now.
Another life lost because of my invention. I wish no mention of it had made it into history.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Stupid woman. Always knew the anvil would kill her.
But at least it ends here. I thank you for standing with me, stranger. The anvil waits there for you to shatter it.
Yes, excellent idea. Just destroy it now, after all this.
Is there any boon I can grant you for your aid? A final favor before I am freed from my burden? Ah, do not thank me. All of this is my doing, my legacy.
There is still the matter of the election. I mean, we still need a paragon to get the Assembly support, right?
For the aid you've given me, I shall put Hammer to steel one last time, and give you a crown for the king of your choice. There, it is done. Give it to whom you will. I do not wish to hear their names, nor anything more of them. I have already lived far beyond my time. I have no place here. You have my eternal thanks, stranger. A trust in all Tunsha. May you always find your way in the dark.
Names. Long list of dwarves. Wait, hold on. We honor who have made this sacrifice. Let their names be remembered. Fart me a lullaby. It's a memorial of all the dwarves who became golems. Has to be. If there was some way of getting this back to the Shaper at Norzmar, I bet they'd brown their trousers and pay good gold for it. Probably both. Well, that pretty much beat the sod out of how I imagined it. You ready to head back yet and share the news? Yeah, those Deshirs have been trying to destroy the city for years. Haven't managed yet.
Lay your hand on me once more, dwarf, and the moment shall be your last.
Don't take it personally. I stepped on a rock. You don't want me to fall and break my neck, do you?
The prospect would not trouble me overmuch.
You sound just like Bronca.
Then I commend her good sense. But this is the last time I will tell you. Touch me no more.
Bronca said that too.
Lords of the Assembly, I call for order. This argument gets us nowhere.
Then why these delaying tactics?
I call for a vote right now. My father has one living child to assume the Idukan throne. Who would deny him that?
Your father made me swear on his deathbed you would not succeed him.
I apologize for the interruption, Lord Steward, but the Grey Warden has returned.
Well, Warden, what news do you bring?
Caridin was trapped in the body of a golem. This warden granted him the mercy he sought, releasing him and destroying the Anvil of the Void. Before he died, Caridin forged a crown for Orzamar's next king, chosen by the ancestors themselves.
This crown is of Paragon make, and bears House Hortan's ancient seal. Tell us, Warden, whom did Caridin choose? We've argued in these chambers for too long. The will of the Paragon is that the Grey Warden decide.
At last, this farce is ended, and I can take my rightful place on my father's throne.
Let the memories find you worthy. First amidst the lords of the houses, the King of Orzammar.
Do you acknowledge me as king?
I cannot defy a paragon. The throne is yours, King Balin.
Then as my first act as king, I call for this man's execution. Guards, seize him! You know better than anyone the war facing us, Warden. Orzammar cannot afford to be divided. Anyone undermining my reign is serving only the Darkspawn. I will return to my palace to gather my generals and prepare our forces for the surface. I will see you there, Warden. You have my gratitude for all you have done for me. You have truly surprised me, brother. You have earned the right to rejoin House Idukan. Without your aid, I would not have taken this throne so smoothly or so soon. My generals are already preparing for a mission to the surface. When you have need of us, you shall have every able-bodied dwarf in Orzammar. Since you did more than I expected, I offer a personal reward as well. You may recognize this. Trian used it to crack skulls when he was showing off for Father. I'm sure he'd want you to have it. Now, I have much to do. If there is nothing else... Sure, send the whore and her brat to me. I'll make sure they take the name in a nice room in the smallest palace. Don't worry, brother. The boy will grow up hearing what a hero his father was. And if you die in the Blight, I'll be sure the whore wears sackcloth for at least a day. Now, I must address my other petitioners. Come back and visit sometime. Shadows with me. There are people waiting, Warden. I must see to them.
You did the right thing.
King Balin will not forget your loyalty.
House Idukan thanks you.
Perhaps I was too quick to judge you for Trian. King Endrin chose Lord Harrowmont, but the ancestors spoke differently.
Long live King Balin!
By your actions, you have regained your place in House Ayduken, my prince.
You are stone-carved, Warden. I've never seen the like.
To the shadows with me.
If I'd heard it secondhand, I'd have called it a sodding lie. Warden, we've got a king because of you. The rest, impressive, but the Legion is grateful most for restored leadership. It frees us to fight to the Darkspawn properly. You'll have us. It's time the surfaces saw the good the stone can unleash. Back to Orzammar when we win, though. I'll not stay topside to lose my stone sense.
News of the hour. Lord Balin victorious. Lord Harrowmont arrested and ridiculed in the streets.
The Warden is Lord Balin. We can't allow it. Yes.
Most impressive, Warden. King Balin's ascent to his father's throne has been recorded in the memories. Is there something more I can help you with? What's this? A list of names. Most of these clans no longer even exist. Is this authentic?
You bet your hairy arse it is. Taken from a tablet in Caridin's fortress, no less.
Then is it true? The rumors of Caridin's so-called volunteers? Extraordinary! I would love to make a copy of this. The Shaperate has never had much information on Caridin and his golems, much less proof of this magnitude. Warden, I hope this artifact from our archives will suffice as a reward. I must inform the Shaperate at once.
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever coming back. Did you find any records? Any sign of the old Orton Tig? You found them? Let me see. That's my great-grandmother's name. And her husband! Oh, great ancestors, it's them! It's me! I am an Orton. Oh, thank you. I have to take these to the Assembly right away. Find me there. Once these are acknowledged, I'll give you any reward.
Quiet now.
My name's Orta. After the old Orton house, they gave our seat back. And the records show which houses still owe House Orton money. One day, I will be able to properly thank you for all you've done for me. And I don't know what treasure is left, but whatever I get, you can have as much as you want. I'll have to find someone willing to look. Maybe a whole expedition. If the Tig is still there, it must have something. House Orton will not forget this kindness. Didn't that sound official? They're opening rooms for us on the old Orton estate. Because of you, my family's dreams came true.
Get out, Warden. There is no place for you here.
This is terrible. Endrin did not want this. How could you defy King Endrin's wishes? You have destroyed Orzammar to serve your own ends.
The Assembly is in recess until King Balin can address them.
I always supported King Balin. I swear.
At least we have a king again.
The ancestors have always favored the Idukins.
News of the hour! All hail King Balin
House
Iduken!
Iduken thanks
The
you.
worthiest dwarf has ascended to the throne!
I can't believe the Assembly was foolish enough to put Balin on the throne. We will all suffer for it.
So I hear we have you to thank for putting a new Idukan on the throne. How is the surface managing without you?
I heard. It's all over the city. Balin is king. My son will be an Idukan. I will take him to the palace. I can't wait for a proper bath and a nurse to watch him for me. My lord, perhaps you would like to give the boy a name? I wanted his father to have this honor. Gorham. That has a nice sound to it.
I would not have voted for Balin, but I trust my mother's judgment. He may be just what Orzammar needs in these modern times.
Well, I see what sort of company you've taken up.
Long live King Balin!
have you seen my lunch? It's a piece of lichen bread with a spread of old cheese and shredded dried meat. I'm only asking because you never know who's going to get hungry. Right, best in the trade.
It's hard to believe we have a king again. I suppose the ancestors truly favor the Aedukans.
Balin stooges. Your sodding pretender will ruin us. For Harrowmont!
And I'm off.
You've returned. With all the excitement over the new king, I never expected you to remember my poor son. Did you learn anything about my Ruck? What is it? Is he dead? Oh, please don't torment me. Crazy. Oh, ancestors, save him. I've heard of this. Lost soldiers turning on each other, eating darkspawn flesh. Is that what happened to my boy? Why didn't you bring him home? Such a good boy. Still thinking of me after all he's been through. I have to go to him. He needs me. Oh, he must be so frightened out there, so lonely. I thank you for what you've done. Even if you couldn't be bothered with more. Take this. It's my husband's masterwork, the first shield he smithed. I was saving it for Ruck, but I want you to have it. As my thanks.
Yes.
At last, the rightful king is on the throne. In honor of our good King Balin, 2 silvers off anything you buy. I'll take your gold.
What do you people see in him?
See in whom?
In the Warden.
Jealous, are we?
Jealous? Of him?
Of course. A handsome man with women fawning over him. It must be very difficult for you to handle. I do not blame you your envy, however, especially considering that the chances of any woman who is not struck both blind and dumb of providing you the attention you crave is slight.
Quiet, you. You can't get under my skin.
Were I you, I would simply give up all hope of knowing another woman at all. Or have you already? A wise move, if so.
Forget I said anything.
Trust me, dwarf, I already have.
If only you had come at a less troubled time.
Fair journeys, Warden.
Give me a moment. Of course everything's all right. Just give me one sodding moment. By the stone. I feel like I'm about to fall off the world with all that sky up there. Too bad. It's kinda like being drunk, but so much cheaper. Well, let's get moving. We're losing, daylight.
Never any shortage of these ones. All right.
Quiet now. Orzammar has heard your call. We march for you, Warden.
Yes.
Dwarven craft. You do your father proud, my lord. Certainly.
men are the work of our nature's hand. From the lowest...
Enchantment? Enchantment!
Are you sure I can't interest... I'm sure...
Everything brings us closer to victory. Orzammar has sent her best, Warden. It has been a long time since the Dwarven army has marched on the surface. We'll be fine, as long as the ground hasn't forgotten how to shake.